Hi everyone, I'm joined today with Dr. Sadaf Alam, who is head of the Isambard AI supercomputing platform and director of strategy and academia at the Advanced Research Computing Center in Bristol, at the University of Bristol in the UK. Dr. Alam, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for the invite.
Where is the Isambard AI platform at currently? I know you had a very short ramp up. You're due to launch this summer, so are we in time? What's the date for the launch?
Yeah. The Isambard AI Phase 1 is on time, and we are onboarding early UK AI Safety Institute users. And it's a smaller platform. For the larger platform with 5,300 Grace Hopper nodes, it's due to arrive late in summer with an official launch of the scale out beginning of next year. So everything right now is on time, on track, and thanks to some collaboration and contribution beyond our expectation from the vendors as well as the teams. One thing that makes this really remarkable in my career is I never was involved in a project that was so fast. From the inception, the time we had the funding to the time we turned on the supercomputer, phase 1 supercomputer, it was less than 6 months.
Yep.
And that without a data center, without a team. So in 6 months, we built a data center, which is a modular data center, new technology, built a brand new team of really highly skilled individuals, and we are running. So this is something I'm really, really proud of.
Yeah, because the platform was announced in December, right?
Yeah. So the first announcement was in September for the procurement, and then the official one was announced when the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak held this International AI Safety Summit, where all over the government from all over the world contributed, which was 1st and 2nd of November, and it was formally announced at that time because this is going to be the main workhorse for people doing AI safety research, foundational AI, and anything that is within the scope of the AI.
So this is an AI supercomputing platform. What makes it different from a traditional HPC platform, for weather, climate, CFDs, this kind of stuff?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question. So AI is an HPC application in a very simplistic term. In that regard, they share a lot of requirements and a lot of design specifications and constraints. On the other hand, because this is a use case and user-driven design, AI started its earlier life in enterprise world, meaning that it has its heritage in cloud computing and those technologies. What makes it then different is while it shares some aspects of high performance computing, it is quite different in terms of its storage and data platform, is quite different in terms of accessibility platform, which in public cloud world is very service oriented, while in classic computing, it's somewhat classic. It's classic supercomputing, I should say. So we paid a lot of attention to optimize for sustainability, the HPC platform, because as you know, high performance computing needs a lot of power, energy, and cooling. So we optimize those design decisions based on the traditional supercomputing design. But the ecosystem we designed for AI users based on the cloud technologies. So that was kind of the key differences in the project.
And just to be clear, are there going to be only AI use cases running on it, or some traditional simulation ones?
Yes, so one of the requirements for the usage and allocation of these resources by the government, because this is a public resource, it has to have an AI machine learning element, which is for the priorities of the government, the societal needs, like I mentioned, healthcare, like transport, judicial system, all these systems will start using that. Having said that, AI is still a very new technology. It needs a lot of proving compared to what we call first principles scientific methods. So it is going to be the case where there will be workflows that require like a hybrid AI and supercomputing, I think for me to say as a architect of this, as a solution architect, this Isambard AI is like a digital research instrument, which will be designed, tuned, and calibrated with the scientists and researchers like any research equipment around the world, whether it's, CERN or whether it's, some observatory, SK, and other projects. So this is how I see it. So I think once this power is in the hands of researchers and scientists, they will really determine what exactly is the best usage and use cases of that, and we will tune the environment. So it's designed for in some sense, in a general purpose way, because AI technology is moving so fast. If we design something based on what we know now or things are done now, it could easily become obsolete if we are not paying attention.
Yeah, and that's why you're using NVIDIA GPUs, right? Because if you start to focus with ASICs on something very specific, the danger is, 2 years from now, it can't be used anymore. It's not optimized to be useful anymore.
Exactly. I think that's a really excellent point. I think the level of investment the UK government has made, this is I would almost call it a risk we cannot take, because it should be a general purpose, usable platform for research, academia. At the same time, being a computer researcher and scientist in mind, I do encourage investment in these other technologies, because we do not want to be beholden by some commercial technologies, but not at this scale. I think there should be some investment in alternate technologies for this computing.
I think everyone agrees with that. Well, except NVIDIA, but but yeah, for sure. Maybe quickly, can you go over why it's important to have these public resources versus private cloud? And because some might say, oh, well, you've got 500 Grasshopper chips. It's not that much. Why not just use AWS or Microsoft or whatever? And what's the point, and especially specifically the UK, but also the EU and more generally worldwide, to have these resources open to researchers for public research and specifically AI safety research?
Yeah. So I will answer it in a kind of a diplomatic way if I can, which is not easy for me. So public cloud gives this impression of infiniteness, like resources are infinite. However, in reality, if you go and try looking for these high-end GPUs on public cloud, you will be hard-pressed to find a significant amount at a price point that you could afford. And this kind of roughly highlights where Isambard AI will play a role, because it's all these 5,300 GPUs are in a high-performance network, so you can run at-scale jobs at that level while run a small-scale ones at the same time. And looking for these resources in public cloud, I'm not suggesting it's not technically feasible, but it's the business model of public cloud providers where I think government and public and academia and research simply can't take access. So there were some business models and projections done, which I don't want to get into detail. But for me, the most exciting part is the following. Having a public research, a public good, where the access to resources will be judged on a scientific merit basis, and then those accesses were given, or for government mission priorities, and then the government have the predictability and certainty that this resource is available and can be given while looking for a market value is I think an excellent point. And I take this responsibility very seriously, because our users are going to come from public cloud. So we cannot design a system that cannot be used by them. So, because otherwise they will have no option to go for these things. So for me, it's public societal good. And as I said, we need to focus on AI, foundational AI research before it's deployed, while it's deployed, and after it is deployed, in a way where we can ensure the citizens that they can trust their livelihoods and future with a piece of technology, and government is looking after their best interest.
Yeah, because if you only check before, it can deviate afterwards, and if you only check after the fact, it's already too late, which is often the case. So you need this holistic approach, basically.
Exactly. I think that's the right term. And you can only do it if you have a resource that you can allocate to researchers, which in my world, as you said, over 5,000 JPUs is not that much if you look what is going around, but it gives people a fighting chance. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Alam. Really looking forward to see what the Isambard AI platform will produce. And thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.